Hey, what's up, everybody? I haven't done a video in a while, so I wanted to make a video with all the fights that are coming up for Team RGBA. Today is fight day for Joseph Adorno, 13-0, 11 KOs. He's from Allentown, Pennsylvania. He is a top-ranked fighter. I believe he fights at 130. Might have made the jump to 135. So today in Temple University in Pennsylvania. He will be fighting along with his brother, uh, Jeremy Magic Hands Adorno, who turned pro this year. He's 2-0. He's got one knockout. Um, so there were supposed to be three fighters along with John Bauza, but John Bauza's fight was canceled. His opponent came in 4 pounds overweight. John Bauza fights at 140. Magic Hands Jeremy fights at Super Bantam, which I believe is 122. So John El Terrible Bauza, 13-0, 5 KOs at Real John Bauza if you want to follow him. And then next on the calendar for the following Thursday for Golden Boys Thursday night fights is Genaro El Conde Gamez. He's 9-1, 6 knockouts. He's from San Diego. His last fight, he lost a 10-round decision to Luis Feliciano. It was his first fight at 140. So I do not know if his fights are coming back down to 135 or if he's going to remain at 140. So his opponent is listed as Jesse Magdaleno. So if you want to follow him, he's at Genaro Gamez. You got 2 other fighters on that fight card in Indio. Aaron the Silencer McKenna, 8-0. He fights at 147. Him and his brother, very recent, who fights at 140, very recently joined in association with RGBA. If you want to follow him, he's at Aaron MCK99. So these 3 fighters are scheduled to fight on that Thursday in Indio next week. This is the 3rd fighter, Jonathan Thunder Navarro, 16-0, 8 knockouts. He pro debuted along with Joshua Franco and Hector Tanajara in 2015, if I'm not mistaken. 3 fighters signed to, Robert got an opportunity to sign 3 fighters to Golden Boy Promotions that year. So he'll be there on the 24th. He's been inactive roughly 10 months. His last fight, I believe, was December 8th of last year, of 2018, against, if I'm not mistaken, no, I'm thinking Hector's fight. He fought the same night as Hector there on December 8th, but he fought a 10-rounder. Got the decision, and has been training out of Montebello or another gym there near. I believe he's from East LA. It sounds like he might have moved out to bought a house out in the IE, but I'm not sure. But he has not been seen in the gym in Riverside, but he has been training out of a different gym in LA. So Jonathan Thunder Navarro, 16-0, 8 knockouts. October 24th in Indio at the Fantasy Springs Casino at Thunder Navarro on Instagram if you want to follow him. So on that Saturday, Brandon Bulletproof Glanton from Atlanta. He's 10-0, 7 knockouts. I believe he fights at light heavyweight 175. He's scheduled to fight that Saturday with the help of Mikey Garcia Promotions. He's been able to land on some PBC cards. So if you want to follow him, he's at Team Bulletproof on Instagram. Ruben Rodriguez, I believe he's fought 6 times in 8 months. He's got a fight scheduled for November 2nd in Carson. He's fighting, this is a nice step-up fight for him as he's fighting another undefeated fighter in Abraham Martinez from Las Vegas. Abraham's record is 7-0 with 5 knockouts. So this is a big opportunity for Ruben Rodriguez. He's been active. He fought in January, he fought in March, he fought in April, he fought in June, he fought in August, and he fought in September. So he's remained very active. He is a son of Jose Rodriguez from Indio. I believe Jacob is the oldest brother, then Ruben, then Manuel, who goes by Manny Trey on Instagram. So look out for him. And there's a possibility that he might be fighting one more time by the end of the year if everything goes well on this fight against Martinez. at Ruben NR on _ on Instagram if you want to follow him. His dad goes by J-Rod's team on Instagram as well. So along on that November 2nd date in Carson on the Top Rank show is Ray Danger Muratalla, 8-0, 5 knockouts. Another prospect that Robert and Mikey are teaming up with and helping him with his career. At Ray _ Muratalla 1, he is a 140-pounder, and I believe his last fight was here on the summer fight in June at the Pachanga Casino and Resort. And I believe he's a local fighter from Fontana. Ray Danger Muratalla, 8-0. Stevie Hitman McKenna has a fight scheduled. There you see him on the right. This is the brother of Aaron McKenna. He'll be fighting November 9th at the Hawaiian Gardens in Los Angeles on a Roy Engelbrecht promoted card. At Stevie _ McKenna if you want to follow him on Instagram. There you see him with 135 Dominican Republic fighter El Phoenix, Jackson Marinez. Carlos Caballo Bronco Adames, 18-0, 14 knockouts. He's the current 154 light or junior middleweight NABO NABF champion. He's scheduled. It sounds like he's going to be fighting on November 30th. No opponent announced as of yet at Caballo Bronco. And it sounds like Louie might have landed on that top ranked card as well there in Las Vegas on November 30th. Louie Coria, 12-2-0 from Moreno Valley. Also moved by Mikey Garcia Promotion. At King Louie 416 if you want to follow him on Instagram. Mikey Garcia, 39-1, 30 knockouts. He's been active in and out of the gym. The family suffered a loss, a nephew to Robert and Mikey. So they've been busy spending time with their family to deal with that personal situation that they're dealing with. At Team Mikey Garcia on Instagram if you want to follow him. Abner Mares, 31-3-1. He's very active on Fox doing PBC commentary. At Abner Mares on Instagram if you want to follow him. Josesito Lopez just stopped John Molina Jr. on September 28th at the Staples Center on the Spence quarter card. So congratulations to him. At Jose Lopez, he is one of the fighters from the Inland Empire that was brought up through Thompson Boxing. So on Instagram, at Jose Lopez if you want to follow him. Jose Carlos Ramirez, 25-0, 17 knockouts. There's a possibility, and there's rumors that he might be fighting Victor Postol early next year. Something that I found out through his manager Rick Merizian is that he donated his trunks from his last fight that raised $10,000, and that was a donation made to Mad Max Dadasha's family. Mad Max succumbed to his injuries in a fight this year, and unfortunately he did not make it. So what a great gesture from a great champion. I think one of his sponsors was one of the ones that paid the $10,000 for the used trunks, and they might be displayed at that sponsor's venue. So if you want to follow a great champion, at JC Ramirez 2012. The 2012 is from the year he went to the Olympics. Jose Carlos Ramirez. Esquiva Falcao, update coming soon. He's in camp with Carlos Adames the week of this week. Hopefully he lands on that November 30th date as well. He's looking for a title shot. He called out Ryota Murata. I have to go and investigate when Ryota Murata's last fight was. He had a fight scheduled, but I've not kept up with it, so I got to research that. But Esquiva Falcao is definitely looking for a championship belt. At Esquiva Falcao, if you want to follow him, he is a Olympian from Brazil. Erick DeLeon, 19-0-1. Update coming soon. He's sparring. He posted on his Instagram that he sparred for the first time in a long time. The first week in October. So at Team DeLeon 1, if you want to follow him on Instagram, he fights at 135. I believe he's a southpaw. He's from Detroit, Michigan, and his family's from Sabina, Hidalgo, Mexico. Hector Tanajara, 18-0, 5 knockouts. I posted on my Instagram a dream matchup between him and Ryan Garcia. I got a lot of comments from Hispanic media saying that have insight into the family that the Tanajaras actually are interested in that fight and willing to fight Ryan Garcia. Hector Tanajara currently is the WBC lightweight youth champion. That's the belt that you see around him now. So if you want to follow him, he's from San Antonio. He's promoted by Golden Boy Promotions at Hector_Tanajara. If you want to follow him, Jackson and Phoenix Marinez, 18-0, 5 knockouts, super lightweight. I have no info on him, so you can follow him on Instagram at L_Phoenix. He's very new to the gym. He joined the gym this year. Carlos Licona from Westminster, 15-1, 2 knockouts. No update on him. At Mexicanito 12, it sounds like originally he was scheduled to fight on a TGB promoted card out in Bakersfield, but unfortunately that did not pan out. So at Mexicanito 12, if you want to follow him on Instagram. Joshua El Profesor Franco, 15-1-2. He is the current WBA International and NABF champion. He's back in Riverside as of the first week in October. Somebody Standing 8 Boxing from, I believe, Dallas, Texas, posted that he's in the top 10 rankings of the majority of all 4 major sanctioning bodies. So hopefully he can't get a champion next as his next fight. Maybe he can get somebody in the top 3, top 5. Luis Neri is there. Chocolatito is there. Luis Neri, Chocolatito. Maybe even Carlos Cuadras would be good opponents, good solid names for Joshua Franco. He fights at 118. He has fought as low as 115. He's a Golden Boy promoted fighter, and he turned pro in 2015 with Robert and Pita. At one Professor Franco on Instagram if you want to follow him. Vergil Ortiz Jr., 14-0, 14 knockouts. He headlined his own show in Grand Prairie. I believe it was in August. Yep, August 10th. And he took care of business with Antonio Orozco. So he continued his knockout streak, 14-0, 14 knockouts. At Vergil Ortiz, if you want to follow him on Instagram and on Twitter. You can also follow his dad at Vergil Ortiz SR, who goes live and gives a lot of very, very fan-friendly and very open to answer questions. So Vergil Ortiz Jr. from Grand Prairie, Texas, promoted by Golden Boy Promotions. Lindolfo Delgado, 11-0, 11 knockouts. He had a successful night, September 28, 2019. They were hoping they did get 10-round fights. Unfortunately, there was too many fights on the card, so they fought 8-rounders, him and Misael Rodriguez at Lindolfo Delgado. Alejandro Guerrero, 10-0, 9 knockouts. At Porkchop_214, fights at 135. He's from, I believe, Irving, Texas. Jesse Rodriguez, 10-0, 6 knockouts. He's the only RGBA fighter promoted by Tekken Promotion. At 210 Bam on Instagram if you want to follow him. He fights at 108. Misael Rodriguez, 10-0, 5 knockouts. Fought on the September 28th card at the Staples Center. At Misael OTEE if you want to follow him on Instagram. He's a Mexican Olympian from Chihuahua. Alfredo Escarcega, 8-0. He's got a draw his last fight. He got a draw September 6th at Prospects Collide 2 there in San Bernardino. He is from F1 Gym in Phoenix, Arizona. If you want to follow him on Instagram, he's at ae.jr. So it's the first time he's been hurt in a fight, but he fought back and made a return in the fight. So good for him. Alfredo Escarcega, fighting through adversity. Aaron Morales, 8-0, 3 knockouts. He fought on a TGB promoted card in Bakersfield, September 21st, 7th round TKO. There you see him standing next to Biggie Jr., Biggie Rodriguez. At Aaron_Morales if you want to follow him on Instagram. Isidro Ochoa from the Central Valley RGBA suffered his first loss in Las Vegas. His corner stopped the fight in the 6th round. That took place on September 14th on the Tyson Fury undercard. So Isidro Ochoa from the Central Valley RGBA. I believe he fights at bantamweight 118. I believe he's a southpaw too. Robert Biggie Rodriguez, 6-0, 3 knockouts. He's scheduled to fight November 16th. There you see him with Aaron Morales. They both fought in Bakersfield. They both got knockouts on their well, Aaron Morales got a technical knockout, and Biggie got a third round knockout. So his next fight date, November 16th, 2019, in San Antonio. If you want to follow him on Instagram, he's at BiggieJR_. I believe he fights at 112 flyweight. Brian Lua, 5-0, 2 knockouts. No update on him. He fights out of the Central Valley RGBA at Brian_Lua. Ivan Garcia was scheduled to fight on the September 6th Prospects Collide 2 card. Unfortunately, his opponent didn't pass his medical exams, so that fight was canceled. So keep an eye out for this prospect, one of the latest prospects to join the team at Ivan_Garcia. Replaced the A in Ivan with the number 3. IV3N_Garcia. I believe he fights at 118. Brennan B-Fly Macias, 4-0, 2 knockouts. He fought twice in the month of September, once in San Bernardino and once in Irving, Texas. He is from the F1 Boxing Gym in Phoenix, Arizona. He fights at 115, 118, are where he's taken his last 2 fights at B_Fly301. Alexis Espino improves to 4-0, 2 knockouts. He's had 4 fights in 7 months. He pro debuted in Tijuana in February. He's fought in Rhode Island. He's fought in Las Vegas, and then he fought in Hermosillo, Mexico. So he'll possibly be fighting at the Staples Center on the Logan Paul pay-per-view card. There's a lot of fighters landing on that card, so it's going to be a bigger boxing event than it is going to be the Logan Paul show. So Alexis Espino, he's promoted by Eddie Hearn's Matchroom Boxing. He's trying to get down to 160. Has been fighting in the mid 160s, trying to get down to that 160 weight. At _Alexis Espino 1. He's from Las Vegas, and like I mentioned, he's promoted by Matchroom Boxing and trains out of RGBA Riverside. So 4-0, 2 knockouts. Alexis Espino. Evan Sanchez, his U.S. debut at the Velasco under Golden Boy Promotions was on Thursday, November 14th, 2019. And the main event on that card is Mercito Gesta versus Carlos Morales. He's from the Central Valley RGBA. Evan Sanchez, 5-0, 3 knockouts. He fights at 147, if I'm not mistaken. At Real Evan Sanchez on Instagram, if you want to follow him. Brandon Bam Bam Rios, 35, 5-1, was very classy on Twitter and gave his condolences to the Garcia family with that family loss that they had. So shout out to Brandon Bam Bam Rios. He's always said that Robert and Mikey are like his brothers. I'm sure Pelos was like a brother to him as well. I'm sure they had tons of time in the gym together, prepared for, so many fights, did so many rounds of sparring. So thank you, Brandon Bam Bam Rios, for your class. That was very genuine and sincere. You could tell right away. So 35, 5-1. He's unofficially retired at Brandon Rios 1. Izaac Colunga. For updates on him, you can follow his mom at Carrie Colunga or his aunt at Shelly_Shell12. I had the privilege of meeting Shelly at the Prospects Collide 2 card in San Bernardino, or you can also follow Dodger Girl 19, family friend. So Izaac Colunga, our prayers for you. We're always in your corner, buddy. At Team_Colunga. Here's a picture of some of the amateurs that won some belts some titles at the show in Menifee this summer, if I'm not mistaken. They went 5-1. And then here's another picture of some other amateurs that they had there at the gym as the new gym, as another ring was added to the gym. So they had three rings at the gym now, possibly even 4 coming soon. So this was just a picture of some of the amateurs from Southern California that came out. Garcia Promotions has launched. They officially had their first fights in 2018, but Garcia promoted fights January 18th, March 15th, June 23rd, July 13th, September 6th, and September 28th. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 fights in 1 year, which is all ran by Mikey, Robert, and Zeferino Ramirez. So shout out to Zeph for doing such a good job on these Garcia promoted events here, both in Southern California and in Texas. So RGBA, the first quarter, 25-4-1. Second quarter, they went undefeated, 19-0. Third quarter, 24-2-3. And they started hot here in the last quarter. So hopefully they get up into the 90s for wins. And then the amateur record is 18-6. They went to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tournaments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tournaments this year, from what I can see. So follow Robert Garcia at Garcia Boxing. You can follow Pita at Garcia_Pita. You can follow Chepe at JA_Contreras. Mikey at Team Mikey Garcia. Frank Silva at Frantic_1. Ellie Setback at Ellie Setback. Or ES News on YouTube. You can follow Rainbow at TS by Rainbow, and you can follow Vergil Sr. at Vergil Sr. Vergil SR on Instagram. So thank you for everybody for posting on their social media pages to keep us updated on Team GBA. I'm Sonteo Media. Please like and subscribe. You can follow me on YouTube. You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Sonteo_media and Sonteo_media.